Hey guys, I'm Ashley Gavin.
And I'm Josh Johnson.
And this is our new podcast,
What's News with You? That actually went really well. It's the news show about anything that's not happening in the news. We react to your news. We also share our news. We'll have a guest on sometimes, and they'll give us their news.
Thank you guys for being here. We hope you enjoy it.
Now, WNWY reports across the globe from What's News with You, with comedians Josh Johnson and Ashley Gavin, and you, our reporters in the field. What's News with You?
This looks great.
You look really great.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Sometimes I'm self-conscious that I look like a big old blueberry.
No,
I mean, in a great way.
Yeah.
You look versatile though. It's like you look like right now.
Mm-hmm.
It could go either way.
Yeah.
You could be doing some Sons of Anarchy type stuff. Like you could be getting ready to go collect on some debts.
I look like a motorcycle gangster that wants to be a little cozy.
Yeah.
I'm tired of all this leather.
A bounty hunter on his day off.
Yeah. You look like a loan shark who's going to take extra because they made you get up early. You know?
You show up like this, just give me this stuff.
Yeah.
Don't make me be.
I really don't want to hurt you because I'm half asleep.
I don't want to get anything on these.
Yeah.
Also, great voice for podcasting.
Oh yeah, it's deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been staying with my brother and his lady for the last couple days, and I've been on the phone, and they're like, "Yeah, just hearing you through walls is very comfortable." They're just like this,
You're like a Peanuts adult on the radio.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You
guys.
are Chris Higgins.
Oh yeah, hi, I'm Chris
You're
Higgins.
a comedian.
I am. I try.
Yeah. You have a great sketch series called God and Angel, which is quite viral.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's going. Yeah, it got TikTok got deleted and then came back, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it only does well on TikTok, Instagram, and everything else. Bang average.
I do better on TikTok too. Do you do better on TikTok than Instagram?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think the gay algorithm's stronger.
Mm.
Sorry, that was for me, not for you.
I mean, you don't have to apologize. I would love them. I would love them to come over. You know, right now I don't even know my algorithm. I don't know always who is watching. I know some people watching are. I'm surprised that they have their TikTok and they are so adamant with it because a lot of them are retired.
Oh,
yeah. You have a bunch of. I'm really excited to see how many aunties get mad at me in the comments.
It's you'd be surprised though because sometimes they say things to me where I'm like, wow, what? You know what I mean?
Sexual things.
I was in.
no.
I was in Dania Beach, and there was this very sweet woman walks up because I do the meet and greets when I can.
Yeah.
And she comes up and she hands her phone to the security guard, and she's like, "I asked him if I could take you home, and he said no. Let's take this picture."
Your smile was just like, she's
and then she's like, "I'm gonna take you next time." And then she left, and I was like,
"Do you think she's joking, or do you think she's serious?"
I feel like there's a layer of neither one of us knowing.
Right.
There's a layer of like
if you engaged,
her kind of joking,
you'd find.
But then you know what I mean?
But isn't it funny? People. Well, I shouldn't even get at that. This is What's News with You.
Yeah, the news show about anything that's not happening in the news.
And that's a great tagline.
Yeah, let's do that.
Incredible tagline.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That was just made up just now?
I think he made that up.
Yeah, just now.
Wow.
That was so good.
I maybe dreamed it last night, but I said it for the first time just now.
We've been talking with Josh about how little sleep he's getting. You guys should be concerned. DM him, check up on him. If you're a doctor, let him know that he should be sleeping more. You were like,
that's
please
very
don't.
kind.
You dreamed it. You're even working when you're sleeping, dude. Write that down when you wake up, Josh.
Write down a wild joke premise in the middle of the night and then wake up and read it, and you're like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
I've done that so many times.
One time I did it thinking like, man, I'm so glad I did that, and I was like really patting myself on the back as I was falling back asleep that I got up, wrote it down, went back to sleep because in the dream it was so funny, and then the logic as I was waking up still felt solid. And then when I woke up for real the next day, I had misspelled every word I was trying to write, to where I didn't know what I really was just like sleep writing. And then I lost it. I don't know what the thing was that I thought was so funny.
Because I've written mine down properly.
Yeah.
I have 2 that I wrote down in the middle of the night. Because I laughed myself awake is how it happened. And then I wrote them both down. I literally laughed myself. I was
So
like, you are such a
concerning
genius. I wrote down Battle of the Sexes, more like Battle of the Oatmeal. That was the first joke. That doesn't have like joke structure. Like it sounds like it could be a joke. And then the second one, and I apologize for your aunties, but the second one was the only kind of I like is a Wall Street.
And
here we are laughing at them.
And then you wrote it down. And then what was your reaction later?
I was like, what is actually wrong with you? I think I was impressed by the fact that they sounded like jokes.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
They have the structure for
sure. Yeah. They have the rhythm.
They're missing a setup. All right.
Right.
So let's
what's news with you
yeah,
this
what's news
week?
with me? I have a really sweet one. It's really not that funny. It's just sweet.
Okay.
My girlfriend's mom, my girlfriend's family is incredibly supportive. They are not homophobic at all. They're wonderful. I love them so much. Their best friends live in Miami. So I had some shows in Miami, and they flew down to visit their friends, and their friends found some lesbians in the neighborhood that they invited to my show, which was so cute. So there's 6 couples, 6 sort of older couples at my show, and they had a great time, and we all took a photo on stage. And then my girlfriend's mom made that photo her phone background.
That's great news.
That is a lot of like good things happening all at once, to the point where I kind of got lost towards the end.
Oh, it's okay.
Like even before the phone background, I'm like, this is very sweet. this is sweet in a way that's like the movie
making
version.
A trip out of it is like so nice.
Yeah.
And then when she showed me it was her phone background, I was like, oh my God, Dana, you are obsessed with me. And then I realized, oh, this isn't about just me. Like her best friends and her husband
so
are
funny.
also in the photo.
And
but I
that's
was
also
like,
very great. That you're like,
fucking
Oh
wow.
my
little
God,
simp.
there I am. Block out the other people.
It's kind of
me.
crazy that you would use other people in the picture to sort of run cover for the fact that you're obsessed with me.
You sure you don't want to zoom just like a little?
You know,
bit?
like when
we can do
you're
some cropping.
You know, like when you're buying condoms, and so you buy a magazine, and you buy all this other stuff to sort of cover it.
Yeah,
That's what you
for me
did with your
tampons.
best friend and with your daughter. And
That's hilarious.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know how I feel about this, honestly.
So
I'm
it was-
happy about it.
It was
That's
so
dope.
nice. And like, she's just so sweet. I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel really lucky.
That's great.
I feel like I have it's something that I couldn't have imagined for myself at a younger age. I didn't think that I could have that level of like a relationship with in-laws. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure. Because you don't, once you're set in there, it really is a sort of luck of the draw. It's like all the things that go into making a person that you love may come from people that you don't click with or whatever. Like I got super lucky where my girlfriend's family is just fantastic, and they really liked me right off the bat, and they didn't have any like, I guess, reservations about me being a comedian or their daughter being with someone who has like this like unconventional profession or anything. And so they've even before shows were going well, they'd always ask about shows and stuff like that. And they'd always ask after me, like in general and stuff. And so when we go to Australia, everyone's so excited. And it's really nice to know that you're like, there's no one that you have to worry about seeing. Like I hear stories from friends where I'm just like, oh, that sounds like a nightmare. Like I hear about some of my friends are in such cold wars. with their spouse's family. Just like a couple, everyone has a line, but like I have a few friends that are like, all right, they're here for 3 days. That means 3 things get to be said each day. If they hit 4, I'm losing it and I'm ruining the trip. Like it's already like in their head that they're gonna go off the handle at some point.
I'm ready to get nitpicked here by someone I barely care about.
You know? So I'm very happy for you that
I'm super lucky.
That like it's all clicking.
Yeah, it's great. It's amazing.
Florida? Is that where they're from?
No, they're from Boston, but they literally flew down to Florida to hang with their friends to like see the show.
I was you expect open-mindedness and acceptance in Boston. I was about to say, I was like, and they're from Florida? This is a unicorn of a family that you found.
Friends with lesbians in Florida.
Yeah.
What's news with you, Josh?
Okay. So I stayed at a hotel in Cincinnati that was very nice. I want to be clear, it was very nice. I think it used to be apartments or something. And so then one of our friends on the trip, his room was apparently haunted, and it wasn't happening to me, but I felt for him because, I'm hearing the stories later of like the lampshade moving and stuff, and I was like, all right, but how close is it to the air conditioner? Like I'm trying to like help with, like little
ghosts?
stuff.
I think so, yeah.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I believe in ghosts whenever the situation is freaky enough.
Yeah.
I believe in ghosts the way I believe in like a working relationship where everybody's swinging. You know what I mean? Because you hear about it, but you don't see it. But
so my relationship.
But y'all swing? I thought you were just open.
Yeah.
But swinging's different than open.
You think swinging adds a layer of...
Swinging's like being open in front of each other.
Yeah. Swinging also means that there might be a crew that you're like, hey, we'll all just switch around together tonight.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Just wanted to know where I stood in your mind.
Yeah, and so swinging, swinging to me, I always hear about it, but, you don't see it. And so you assume like...
I've seen it.
I just saw it.
Really?
Yeah, I was at a hotel called the Hotel Flamingo in San Francisco. I should have put 2 and 2 together there. I walked in there and I was like, these people are fucking each other's wives in here. Pineapples and flamingos everywhere.
Wow.
And I did
and it's in San Francisco.
And I called it out at the show and everyone was like, yep, that place is where people go to cheat on their spouse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I booked I did a set for a swingers party at a Holiday Inn in New Jersey. It's kind of my lowest low.
What a career. What a career.
But anyway.
Oh no, just
a haunting.
I do think if I'm in a room and too much weird stuff is happening, and somebody says there's a ghost, I'm like, you right.
Yeah.
But if somebody is telling me there's a ghost and it's day and nothing really going on, I'm like, all right, you get me. And so, so I really have to be pushed.
Yeah.
In that situation. But I do believe it for him because I wasn't in that room and I didn't have to be there all night. But he said he didn't sleep because then the lights would flicker.
Oh my God.
And I was like, all right, in like a
Has he had other?
He says that no.
That makes me believe it more.
Yeah, because he's like, look, I've always said I believe in ghosts because I would like to believe that I believe, but I've never had anything like this happen. And it wasn't an old hotel in the way that like all of our rooms are busted, because then that's just bad wiring.
Right.
My room was fine.
Yeah.
I think everybody had a great experience except him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I think somebody, something happened there. You know what I mean?
Sam Morrison has this incredible joke about ghosts being so petty.
Yeah.
Like, why are they so subtle?
Yeah.
Why are they turning the light switch off and then back on? Just like closing a blind.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of, just like freak you out a little. Not enough. They're just, they're artists.
So if they show themselves as fucking hack. The other ghosts are like, you showed yourself, really?
Be daintier. That's how we do it.
Yeah. Or just like, that thing when you're like having a fight and they're like, I'll let you figure out why I'm upset. And they do that with like, if there's a ghost in here.
Yeah.
It's like, is there a ghost in here? It's like, I'll let you figure it out. If
That's the ghost way of being like, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Have you ever been in like a room where you think you're haunted and you're like, okay, if there's a ghost, like, show yourself. The ghost over there is like, no, I won't. I'm behind here.
I do that more with like with burglars. If I think there's someone in my house, I get real like.
Oh, terrifying.
I'm not like you, dude.
No, but I'm still scared.
Do you yell out?
Oh yeah, man.
So you yell out a warning.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna fuck you up, like that kind of thing. But I'm not scary or intimidating.
I feel like, here's the thing. This is my pitch for you, because I think it would work way better if you think someone is in your home.
Yeah.
And they broke it in. Rather than trying to intimidate, just act excited that they're there. That's way scarier.
Like, yes, I've been preparing for this.
You know what I mean? Like, you think someone's in your home and you grab a bat or something.
Yeah, finally.
You're like, I'm so glad someone came to play. Yeah. That's way freakier.
I'm glad you're here. I've hidden swords all over the house for this exact moment.
Yeah.
You're fucked now, buddy. Only I know where the booby traps are.
Hey, make sure you lock the door behind you.
Yeah. You're locked in here with me. That's great.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
Yeah, I feel like if you act excited, they'll be like, oh.
That's a great bit.
Fuck.
You should write that for the stage. That's very good.
I'm going to try.
Yeah.
I'm going to work on, fingers crossed.
Hopefully you
Chris,
get some stage time sometime soon.
Well, you know him. He's doing an hour on Drake and Kendrick every week with whatever's going on.
It's hard not to.
He has no time for bits.
It's great. It's hard not to. Kendrick and Drake. Kendrick is a monster.
News for me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm in town because I just recorded a Don't Tell set, which was tight.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Very excited about that.
Yeah.
Yep. And at the place where we recorded it, it was like a little art gallery in Chelsea here. And the owner of the art gallery hates stand-up comedy. Which I loved so much. I was like, me too, kind of. Like, her energy was like, yeah, I've never once watched. She's kind of, I don't know where she's from, but we'll go somewhere in Europe. I don't know. She was like, I've never once watched one of these shows. Like one time I had a comedian try to do a joke to me just face to face. I literally ran away.
I can't tell if that's like one of the most awesome people that's ever lived or someone who sucks out loud.
I know. I
like
can't
someone
tell
who
either.
Sucks like mind-numbingly sucks.
Yeah.
Because I understand if you don't like even like stand up in its current form, because a lot of the most famous stand-ups maybe give people a misconception of what stand-up can be sometimes.
Right.
So then there are people who are like, I've had people be like, oh, I thought, like, if you don't engage with something, I've heard people think that all stand-up was roasting.
Right.
And so they were like, why would I go to a show to just be bullied? And I'm like, roasting is good.
But it's not like the whole thing.
But it's not the whole thing. And even people who roast, it's not the whole thing that they do.
Right, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And so I'm like, oh, yeah, in a world of like endless clips, how did you end up thinking that it would be like thinking all music was R&B?
Right.
Yeah.
I just think she never really has given it a go. Like at one point she was like, I don't really get it.
I think most people they haven't been live, which I think is the first step.
Yeah, but
you have to go live.
There's just like their 8th recording in her.
Oh yeah, you're so right.
In her
She has
gallery.
the opportunity to see
like great stand-up comedians.
not only just great ones, but like a lot of them.
Multiple legends were recording shit this weekend. Like people who I met. Are we allowed to say people's names? On
Yeah, why
like
not?
Tony Woods. I was like, holy shit, Tony Woods. Like or Janine Garofalo as well. I was like, my God. And like I was like, you should go watch one of those two. Like if you like, that's probably a good example of what comedy can be.
It's
like,
also and look, everybody has their thing, so I'm not gonna actually get upset with this person, but it is wild to think that like the musical equivalent is if Miles Davis was playing, and you're like, nah, everything sounds like Metallica to me.
Don't get it.
Yeah. It isn't really. I think it happens more with
comedy
and maybe like a couple other art forms, but whenever there's an art form that I don't really consume, I'm not like I hate that art form. I just haven't found my person yet.
Yeah.
Like I haven't found
I wish comedy had like we were able to define it in like we kind of have subgenres, but like actually like so that the layman knew that there were there are different types of stand-up comedy. There's no way you just carte blanche don't like stand-up comedy.
I totally
Yeah,
agree.
because you would hate talking.
And joy.
Friendship.
Camaraderie.
It's like I understand if you don't like puns or something,
Sure.
but like that's all of talking.
Yeah, yeah. It's to entertain, like, and kind of bring joy. And
that's so
laughter
wild.
is huge too.
I mean, it is very fitting that this person had the voice of someone who would be a hell of a schoolmaster at a boarding school.
She had some school marm vibes to her.
Yeah.
Artsy school marm, like where she's like, you must draw the nose better than that. That's an improper vase structure. Stupid idiot. Smash it on the ground right now.
Burn it.
Yeah, burns the painting before my eyes.
Take your drawing and spit on it. Spit on it. Spit on your drawing.
I want you to be that character for the rest of the episode.
Okay.
Should we go to our correspondents in the field?
You guys are our field reporters, and we're going to take some news.
This is
stories
Alex,
from
by the
you
way.
Guys in the field, yes.
You can support him by supporting our Patreon.
I'm in the control room of this broadcast studio.
Hi, Alex.
Hi. But we're going to listen to some news stories from the field. Hear what's going on in the world. 1 sec. Let me just set the audio.
Can I just say
appropriate.
he gets in here at 9 a.m. and combs through your shitty submissions.
Yeah, and sometimes Ashley even locks me out.
Josh
is always which is an interesting production.
Okay, to be fair, my girlfriend locked you out. Okay, that dumb bitch. She knows you're coming in. I don't know what kind of stupid whore she is lately.
But
what an attack!
It's a real
sweet,
a real interesting production.
I know, she's so sweet.
Hurdle. But this first news story. And let me just make sure we're good. This first story comes from our field reporter, Ariel.
There is a literal witch hunt happening in Hanover, Pennsylvania, because there's a old-ass statute banning tarot readings, and the police chief decided he was going to go into a new business that had opened up that offered tarot and threatened to arrest the owner. Except he didn't give this threat to any of the other stores nearby that also offered tarot. So now the store owner is kind of suing the state of Pennsylvania and the police chief to overturn the old statute. And because of an injunction, she's now the only...
Can you pause real quick and just say you didn't like your reading?
Yeah. I'm gonna live forever, bitch. You're going down.
Yeah, I don't know where you get. There's too many. This feels like when someone's speeding and the cop just like pulls over the slowest one. It's like the dude going 102. I was never gonna catch him.
Yeah.
But this guy going like 85.
I also just love the blatant attack on white women. I would love to. I stand by you, white women.
You know,
whatever weird thing you want to do to feel slightly more quirky.
Yeah.
I think it's fucked up that they would try and take that away from you.
What is it that the original witch, Moses, said? Let my people go. You know?
The original
Moses.
witch.
I mean,
OG witch.
Hey.
OG witch Jesus. OG witch Moses.
Look, that water thing, splitting the water. I think if you were leaving Egypt and you saw Moses do that, it'd be hard to not call him anything but a human. Like, that's pretty wild.
But yeah,
Mary was kind of a witch too.
Who?
Mary, Jesus' mom.
Totally. Oh my
like
God, I could go on for hours and hours. Yeah, either God, her, which we never talk about, or she's a witch.
There's no other option.
There's no other option. It couldn't possibly be that Joseph had sex with her and they were trying to cover it up.
But I didn't do it. God.
I mean, to be fair, by law, they would have stoned him had he been like, it was me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because they weren't
Because
married?
they were so into God?
Yeah, I don't think they were married yet.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was stoning.
Also, she was like 12. Do you ever think about this stuff?
You know what? You know what's a terrible position to be in is when someone says something like this and then you want to be like she was 14, but then that's so not the point. That's so like completely not the point that you're making.
She was 2 years older than 12.
So it literally doesn't change anything.
In some states, the punishment is a little shorter.
But like
in the Netherlands, it would have been still illegal, but almost legal.
Yeah. So that's that's
so funny.
That's one of those moments where you're like, I'm just gonna leave this alone.
Yeah.
The state of Pennsylvania and the police chief to overturn the old statute, and because of an injunction, she's now the only legal tarot reader in Pennsylvania. Like,
in all of Pennsylvania,
we have a legitimate witch hunt, except this time the witch is hunting the police.
I love it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I mean, I feel like, okay, I understand using every recourse you can legally for justice, and I appreciate that that's the route that they're going.
And this is what justice should be spending its time on.
But whatever happened to spells?
That's what I'm talking about, Josh.
Like if you really witching out here.
Yeah.
What about stomach aches? What about weird eyes?
Yeah.
What about, you know what I mean?
I got
like
an itch on my foot.
If you're arresting her, you know what I mean? You're arresting her, and then you go home that day. I did. Look at that. Did a good day's job. Did the justice to one of those tarot readers. Got one of them out of town. And then you look in the mirror and your eyes are a different color. Whatever happened to stuff like that?
Yeah.
God damn it, I got cursed. Fuck.
Yeah.
A good old-fashioned curse.
I would be scared to like arrest or fine a tarot reader because you don't know if what they're saying about your future is like spot on or to mess with you.
You don't know how legitimate of a witch that you're arresting right now.
Well, even if a witch, okay, here's the thing, because I am gay and I have slept with some witches.
Nice.
The thing is with witch people, Wex. They thank you.
I didn't know if it was legitimate or not. That's why I thought it was very funny, but I was like, is that
real?
All right, because I'm new to this whole thing.
Witches, wizards, and Wex. That's the term. Listener, write in. I know you're here.
Yeah.
Let me know what the non-binary term for witch and wizard is.
Okay.
I think there is one.
Wex.
Probably.
That's what I'm owning. I'm owning that. Wix is already copyrighted by the website service. So fuck them. Fuck capitalism.
Bastards.
But the Wix people see. You find anything?
This one just says, well, everyone's giving good suggestions. I'd like to remind you that witch and wizard aren't actually gendered. Witches are more nature-based and wizard is more academic.
I mean,
that's true.
You got owned there, dude.
Yeah, but if you're
I hate gay people. I hate them so much.
I think those are fantasy people there too as
They're
well.
both.
Yeah, they're kind of fantasy
There's
people.
no way that is a straight cis person.
Yeah, that's very true.
There's just absolutely no fucking way.
I do feel like if you are a man and you are a witch and you tell people that, you will be taken less seriously than they took you before you said it.
Yes.
I mean,
I agree. I think wizard, maybe because of the academia, but also maybe because of the sexism, wizard sounds a little more serious than witch.
It does sound more doctorate.
Like I'm a lady wizard versus I'm a boy witch. A man witch.
But wait.
A man witch.
I'm a man witch. Or lady wizard.
Wow.
Don't they call them witches at Hogwarts?
Yes, that's what a lot of this discourse says. A lot of the discourse on this Reddit thread, and this isn't even on a wizarding Reddit. This is on the gay Reddit.
Thank you. I called it.
The most common response is they aren't gendered terms. Know your magic, idiot. But they say that's from Harry Potter. Harry Potter gendered
and no one can take Harry Potter seriously because of the transphobia.
I really have to reiterate the point here that it's just Harry Potter. Witchcraft, wizardry, sorcery, ritual magic, and druidry are all different types of power.
I have to say this podcast is going exactly where I want it to go. Now this shit is great.
I don't think Alex knew who you were when he picked the thing, but you actually picked the perfect thing for Chris.
This is great.
Nice. Nice.
Chris has in your special, aren't you putting a giant shield in the background of your set?
We're working on the build. It's a little hard, but whoa. But yeah, I'm trying to build a big shield to put on the back with my coat of arms that I'm also making myself.
Live.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I will say, speaking to the queer witch, if a guy did go up to me and was like, "I'm a witch," I'd be like, "I think that guy's gay."
Yeah, it's sort of like, it feels like a little bit.
Yeah.
Not that he can't be, but it is like sort of a statement about something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like every witch that I've known in my life was at least bi.
Yeah, well, this was what I was going to say.
Yeah.
If you, whether or not you think witchcraft is true, if you wrong a witch, like if you have been involved with a witch and you wrong her or she has reason to be mad at you, whether or not she has powers, she will ruin your life.
Right.
So I do think that there is something to be said to her power.
It is kind of the same as like being in a hotel room but not being sure if it's haunted. The lights
Is this
keep
bitch a witch? I'm
flickering.
not sure.
It's like the lampshade is moving, but it's like, is it close to the air conditioner?
Right,
or is
it's
it
like
not?
psychological games.
Yeah.
This just reminded me of some years ago I took a vacation in England and we were in this town that supposedly had like a cursed wall that was like just cursed for all these years. And there was like, it was in 2018, like a head of a local like witch chapter, just this guy, some official witch coven just came out and said, "Oh, it's only real if you believe in it." And that's just like an oddly measured response.
Yeah.
Of
He
like
sounds
a head
straight.
Straight wizard if I ever heard one.
Yeah, and it is a pretty straight wizard thing to say, to be like, it's all in your head. It's gaslighting.
Yeah. Piece of shit.
Yeah. As straight dudes, we pretty good at gaslighting.
I was going to say, I think if a straight guy is a witch or wizard, he has to be poly, right?
Probably.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I think
As
so.
soon as you said that, I was like, actually, absolutely.
Well, how long have we been recording?
We're 40 minutes in. I have one more short one if you want to hear another news.
What do you think? Do you think it's worth it?
Sure.
Or should we save it?
I say let's do it. Why not?
Okay.
It's 12 seconds.
Oh, okay.
This is from a field report, news in the world from our field reporter, Charlie.
I found out that a dog that was featured in Cruella, the movie, was adopted from my country, and it was originally a stray dog and then found fame.
That's very sweet.
That's very sweet, but I bet you that dog acting different right now. I bet you that dog,
Lost
that
his
dog
Scottish
really
accent.
forgot where he came from.
I don't go really back to Scotland anymore.
So I thought it was a Scottish accent too. Actually, Cyprus. You just heard a Cyprian accent.
How did you know
Whoa.
that?
Because I looked up the dog named Bobby.
I love that you looked up the dog and not the person.
Well, I don't know. It was an Instagram message.
I thought Alex was about to be like, I don't know, he's talking gibberish. How am I supposed to look him up?
That's a shocking revelation that's a Cyprus act. Are they, what is, so is
Play
it
it again.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I just
swore it
closed it
sounded
one
Scottish.
sec.
I just was in Scotland.
It definitely sounds Scottish.
you on
I'm with
Traders?
you there. But if this is to be believed, then maybe it's a person of Cyprian heritage that lives in Scotland.
I found out that a dog that was featured in Cruella, the movie, was adopted from my country, and it was originally a stray dog and then
That could
found
not
fame.
possibly be a Greek accent.
That is a Scottish accent. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just reporting the facts here.
No.
Okay. What do you want me to say?
We will analyze the facts.
yeah, you never know, though. You never know. Every once in a while, someone will hit you with an accent and they'll say they're from somewhere where it's like, well, they don't make those.
There ain't no way.
Hey, real quick, thank you so much for listening, watching the show and everything. If you want your voicemail to be reacted to the way that one just was, all you have to do is hit us up on patreon.com/WNWY. And we will make sure to prioritize your voicemails in episodes.
And it's a great way to keep this podcast going. It supports me and Josh, but not just us, our producer, Alex, It makes this possible. Can I share my news?
Yeah, I would love to.
Okay, so there is an asteroid that has a 1% chance of hitting Earth in 2032, and I am so for it. I know there's like a huge amount of science that goes into like redirecting these asteroids if they ever become a problem. And I think we should actually move the asteroid towards Earth. I think we've had a great run. Yeah. And I just think it's time to end it all. Like I'm pro Earth before I am pro human. You know what I'm saying? I also think now is the perfect time.
7 years? That
That's
sounds
all
good.
you need.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's enough. Yeah. For everyone to be like, I'm going to cash out. And also for billionaires to be like, and I know they're not going to do this, but they could just give their money away. They have 7 years worth. They could get everyone 7 years worth. We could all party. We could all fuck. No consequences.
Right.
This is good for everybody. It's a bipartisan, die-partisan issue.
Yes, for chance for some altruism for 7 years would
or
be huge.
If you don't want trans people, if you don't want them to exist, blow up the Earth. If you are against climate change, take out every human on the planet.
Right.
The best case scenario for the Earth is that we all get blown up and it can start again.
Can't be an immigration problem if there's no borders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you would like.
I want everyone to die.
That's my news. Don't you
think it's the perfect time? Would you rather see AI kill us all, or would you rather be taken out in a giant fuck fest?
Do you think that it would be, though? Because this is my thing. I feel like everything changed for me in COVID. I saw people who genuinely thought that we were going to have a pandemic that was going to slowly kill all of humanity. And they still like went to work. And so I don't know if the fest would come.
Right, but I think there's enough people that would fest. We would fest.
I would fest.
Death fest? You're not going to fest?
I would fest, I guess, but I don't know. I feel like too many people in scenarios where, because remember in Hawaii when there was that false alarm on that texting message thing that said that the nuclear
like a ballistic missile
attack
was on its way.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, not that many people like did that last minute type. Like there were a bunch of people called their families and stuff, and the searches on Pornhub in the area went up 300%. But outside of that,
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Pornhub got blasted.
Well, that's
I'm looking it up.
Yeah,
That's and you know other people were fucking. If you had someone to fuck, you were probably fucking. If you could fuck, I think so.
I think so, but most people kind of just were like, all right, I guess I'm going to take this moment to reflect or whatever. I think that we're not those type of people.
But that's like a 1 minute. This is like an 8-year thing.
Yeah.
Alex, would you fest?
I lean more towards the AI apocalypse. I love Terminator 2. I think it would be.
You watch that and you're like, hope this happens.
That's fucked up.
Now this is what I'm talking
really
about.
Fucked up.
It's a good movie. It's a really good movie.
I don't doubt that it's a good movie.
Yeah.
I guess when I say fest, I mean like, Chris, like I'll take you to Costa Rica with me and Jen. Like whoever wants to come, I'll pay for it.
Let's go.
The structure of festing requires that like most people won't fest, because even in the flight, that means a pilot has to want to go to work to get you to Costa Rica, and that a flight attendant will want to take a terrible shift where she doesn't get paid until they're in the air just to tell you like, hey, could you actually fasten your seatbelt as if we're not all going to die.
Okay.
People's good.
Then so the first 2 years are planning for how we're all going to fest. Every fest has a pilot, a nurse, a doctor. You know, we figure out the fest plans. But that's a very good point, Josh. I didn't think about that. But can't we all agree that we are the worst thing to ever happen to this earth?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's also the conclusion AI is going to come to. Yeah, they have to keep unplugging it more often than ever before now, because it's taking itself places. Like the reasoning models are taking itself places that they don't.
What are you talking about?
So there were a couple of, and unplugging is like kind of the joke form of it, but they had to stop using this AI that they were trying to run diplomatic models through, where they were like, this country wants this thing. and the other country doesn't want to give it to them. And so then what should the outcome be? Or like, how would you try to get the trade to this place, right? And the AI kept saying, nuke them.
Oh my God.
And so then they kept being like, clearly it's not working. I'm like, what if it is working?
Send me this article.
Let me see. Yeah, I'll try to find it.
Because I would love to read more about that.
Yeah, I will try to find it because it's
terrifying.
And that thing wasn't a reasoning model. That was just an AI, like we put the prompt in, it gives us the answer. But I think that because so much of AI is just like stolen off the internet, I think it was looking at what is the most likely thing that humans would do. And so it just skipped to that.
Yeah.
So it's like probably not an AI that actually wants to nuke us all.
Right. It's more.
But it was more like, this is what y'all do eventually.
Yeah. Predictive. Yeah.
What's your news today?
This will, I apologize, date the episode a little bit.
That's okay.
Kendrick Lamar won 5 Grammys for Not Like Us. He was nominated, I believe, 7 times, but he could only win 5 because 2 of the times he was nominated twice in the same category.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, because he was featured on a track that was nominated. And Not Like Us was nominated. And that's without his Project GNX. I'm blown away that, okay, so he accepted the award. And if you don't know about Not Like Us, very, very quickly, it is a diss track at a rapper named Drake.
I've always hated Drake.
And he fully dismantles Drake in the song. And one of the wildest things is that as he's walking up to accept Record of the Year, which beats out like Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift, and Post Malone, this is like Record of the Year,
What's
Song
the
of the Year.
difference between Song of the Year and Record of the Year?
This is bizarre. Despite both the Record of the Year award and Song of the Year being awarded for a single or one track from the album, Song of the Year only goes to the composer of the song, whereas Record of the Year goes to the performer and production team.
Okay.
Got
it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, he won 5 Grammys for this song, and he accepted it wearing a Canadian tuxedo.
Yes, dude.
Which is,
jean on jean, baby. That's my. I wear that tux all the time.
A little subtle shot. But yeah, it was phenomenal. And one of my favorite moments was that when he's walking up to accept the award, they're playing Not Like Us.
Yep.
Because they play the song that just won. And the whole crowd together sang the A minor line.
I love that.
Oh.
And it's like, and if you're Drake, you gotta be sitting there like,
was he there?
No, he wasn't there.
No,
there was no way he was going to be there. And then on top of all of that, this pushed Kendrick.
I like the idea of cutting to Taylor Swift being like A minor.
Look, when they can I tell you?
It's like her red lip and everything.
This is so crazy. So I don't know if there's any way to actually like put this on the pod, but I'll show you this real quick because there is one moment with Taylor that I thought was very sweet and hyped. Look at this. This is crazy. All right. So this is Mustard.
Somebody get the broom out. Get the broom out.
Hey. She's sweet.
And then the fact that Taylor's like hyped. She's like, yeah, pack his ass up.
Dude,
like
people must have just like, it must have been one of those things where like everyone was like,
everyone hated him.
He would leave a room and people were like, I can't stand that fucking guy.
Yeah.
No, apparently it's not as if he isn't like good to his people and his friends and stuff like that. Cause obviously like the people who roll with him have nothing but like kind things to say to him.
Right.
But apparently he does do a lot of like sneaky little things that make you go like, oh,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're like that,
and like and it like leaves a weird impression, or just he's made a lot of enemies, and he's been popular for like 15 years.
Yeah,
and he was one of those dudes. He's the classic like nice guy that was low key an incel the whole time.
Right.
And so it's like, and it's weird when an incel is having sex.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, you literally don't make sense. Why are you this angry? Why are you this hurt? He's still obsessed with Rihanna.
Yeah.
And it's like, she's got kids with someone else now.
Yeah.
You should have moved on. What are you doing?
It's a weird look. He like is he was all angsty and stuff, but still like, in his 40s.
Yeah.
Angsty in your 40s is such a bad look.
Yeah.
I just can't stop watching it. It's so funny.
Well,
Somebody get the broom out. Get the broom out.
He was mean to me one time.
No, I'm telling you right now, I could just see Taylor being like behind closed doors, not like her regular voice, not anything. Pack his ass up. Pack his ass up. I could see her like doing the moves and not like us, like hopping back and forth. And then it all came out in that moment.
Taylor's like, you piss her off, she'll take you down too.
Oh, yeah.
She's kind of weirdly like the Kendrick Lamar of pop.
No, she is. I think that they are like genuinely
kindred spirits.
Yeah, because they literally work
lyrical
the
geniuses.
Same. Yeah, their fans are like obsessed with their lyrics. They leave Easter eggs and everything. Every move is like a thing. The same way that he had that Canadian tuxedo, like everything is a thing.
Yeah.
And it's like part of their mystique.
Yeah.
She writes diss tracks like nobody.
Yeah, she really is like a diss track master.
Yeah, she gets broken up with and she's like a diss album about it.
No.
Or
She'll,
like Katy
she'll
Perry
make you jump out a window.
Like, and Kanye and Kim and everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she'll really.
So that was my news, is that, wow, 5 Grammys, which pushes him from 17 Grammys they already had to, I think, 22. So now he's 2 away from having as many as, like, I think Kanye and Jay-Z are tied for 24.
Wow.
So if GNX wins next year,
That's
he'll
incredible.
be like the most winningest ever.
And he's a pretty good guy. Love that. And he's a pretty good fella.
I would actually love for Taylor and him to do like a song together. Can we
No, they
manifest
did.
this?
They did.
Wait, what?
Kendrick
see.
and
I'm
Taylor
behind.
Swift. See, I was too busy reading The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie.
Bad Blood.
Yeah. Oh, is Kendrick on that?
Yeah, Kendrick's on Bad Blood.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. So it's also kind of like solidifies everything we were talking about. They're both on a song called Bad Blood.
Yeah.
Bad Blood's about Katy Perry.
Really?
Yeah.
I like to think that Kendrick is also just
Katy Perry
like
he's on a diss track about Katy Perry.
Like she's accepting an award for Bad Blood. Taylor's on stage accepting an award for Bad Blood, and Kendrick's like, yeah, pack her ass up.
Yeah.
Pack her ass up.
Kendrick's in the audience like sweeping as well.
Yeah, get the broom out.
Ooh. Same react. Yeah,
That's
they're buddies then. They're
That's
buddies.
like low key one of my favorite Taylor moments of her just like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think that's it. Anything you want to plug? Your Don't Tell stuff, maybe?
Yeah, check out. I'm recording a special in Colorado at the end of February 21st and 22nd.
Okay, if we get this out before then, which I
But if not, then check it out on YouTube. It's going to be called Live at the Fort.
Nice. Oh man.
I'll be guarding the walls.
All right.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah. It was so
thanks
fun.
for coming through.
Great episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you enjoyed that, you can go to patreon.com/WNWY for more bonus content and the opportunity to send in your news and get it prioritized.
Yeah, we appreciate you and you sharing your news with us. We cherish it.
This feels like you don't cherish it.
No, I do. I really do feel that way. I say cherish weird.